It's actually starting to finally feel a little bit like fall, so I thought I would bring another fall fragrance video for you guys. Today we're talking all about cozy though, and we're talking about affordable. My last fall video was a fall fragrance wardrobe, and it was all talking about niche. Those were perfumes that I really truly love. I cannot wait to get so much wear out of this season, but I know that perfume can be very expensive, and specifically those ones definitely are more of an investment. And as much as I would encourage you to potentially save up for a perfume you just absolutely love, even if it is at that higher price point, I know we all have different budgets, and I want you guys to smell good and cozy for fall. So these are some of my more affordable fragrances that I feel like fit the season. A lot of them are vanilla dominant, you know, and I really wanted to pick things that I would actually wear. There's a lot in my collection I could have picked that's affordable, but for me, scent is number one. It has to smell good. I don't care if it's affordable. If it doesn't smell good, if I'm not going to want to wear it, it's not something I want to recommend. So anyway, with all that being said, all of these perfumes are under the $100 mark, which I know is still a lot depending on your budget, but that is unfortunately affordable in the perfume world. So let's just get into it. I have to say this video was inspired by this scent, Heal The Way from Snif. This was a collaboration, and I hope they never get rid of it. It is so good. This is probably my favorite pistachio scent. We've seen a lot of pistachio scents come out in the last little bit, but there is something so creamy about this one that I just absolutely love. It really smells like a whipped creamy pistachio without too much cherry. I get a lot of cherry from pistachio scents. Usually that almond in there just takes on this cherry note, and I love that I get that nuttiness, that pistachio without that extra cherry. It's just a unique facet of this pistachio scent that I really enjoy. This is so creamy, so comforting. It's a little powdery as well. It has a woody base. There is Palo Santo in here, so if you're really sensitive to that, I would say, you know, just be a little cautious. I am not sensitive, so to me that's definitely not even something I consider, but I know for everyone we're all a little different. I love something a little woody, but I just get yummy sweet vanilla and pistachio, a little bit of woods to ground it, but it's so comforting, so cuddly, kind of thick and enveloping in a way. Absolutely love this one from Snif. I highly suggest it. I do have a code with Snif if you're interested. It is affiliated, but no pressure. I also have a whole video going through everything, at least at that time, that I had tried from Snif. So if you want to get some more thoughts on the range in general, I would check that video out. But Snif is more affordable, and I really appreciate them for that. But regardless of price, this scent is just so freaking good. If you're looking for just a nice, inexpensive vanilla, I highly suggest Mix Bar Vanilla Bourbon. This smells so good. It's one of those vanillas that I remember being talked about a ton early on when I started my channel, and although I have tons of vanillas that I also love, this one still stands up. And if you're on a budget, you're looking for a vanilla that's going to be creamy and sweet and yummy, I think Vanilla Bourbon's a nice option. This one does have some peppery elements to it, so there is a little bit of spice that comes through, and something that's almost a little cologne-y, enveloped in this like soft, kind of creamy, powdery, sweet vanilla. I think it's really nice and yummy, and you cannot beat $20 for this as well. It's definitely worth a sniff the next time you're at Target. That's where you can get this, and hopefully you have a display so you can smell it in store. I also find, again, that something about that pepperiness, it does add just this tiny bit of a cologne touch. Some people call this a dupe for like Bonfire Bash from Bath and Body Works or By the Fireplace, and I see it. I feel like that pepperiness could translate to something maybe a little smoky or a little woody. It definitely adds something that elevates it from just a regular vanilla. Like there is, again, that spice, there's something, but I feel like overall it's just nice, cozy. Definitely want to check out for fall. Next on my list for something cozy and comforting for fall, but that's also affordable, is a newer one. This is another collab. We have some like great collabs going on, but this is Tache de Café, I think that's how you say it, from Monde Gourmand, and this is really, for the price, I think a more sophisticated kind of scent profile. This one has those spices to it. There's also saffron in here, which adds these kind of watery yet almost leathery touches to this fragrance, which I really enjoy. This is one that isn't overly sweet, it's not overly vanillic, but the spices, again, that are in here really give it a nice warmth. Monde Gourmand is kind of known for their gourmand scents, but also for being super affordable. This retails for $28, which I think is such a great price. And I do find with this, I don't get like super long lasting power, but because of the type of profile this is, let me read you some of the notes just to give you an idea. In the top, black black pepper, saffron, dark chocolate, blank page accord, okay. Mid notes, rose, espresso, tonka, ink accord, and milk froth. And then in the base, there's cedarwood, vanilla, patchouli, warm musk, salted amber, and orchinox. So I feel like especially for some of the scents I'm talking about, there are some heavier notes in here. So the fact that this wears a little on the lighter side, I actually kind of like. It makes it a little bit more approachable. I could see another house doing this same scent and it just being like so strong and staying with you all day, which could be so wonderful in a lot of ways. But I feel like if you want to dip your toe into something a little bit, I feel like more sophisticated in profile, it's done in a really nice way in this one. And I definitely suggest checking it out, especially if you like saffron scents. I definitely pick up on that along with that black pepper. There's just something kind of spicy and warm going on. And it would even be nice to mix with a vanilla if you wanted to sweeten it up. Definitely a nice option though, if you're looking for something specifically for fall. And like I said, this is a newer one. An oldie for fall that I love, and I feel like the name says it all, is from Skylar. This is Fall Cashmere. This is on the higher end of the perfumes I'm going to be talking about, but I feel like in general with Skylar, like you can always find a deal. Always find a deal. Like I've seen them do 30% off, 40% off. Catch it somewhere, okay? Like you can get it cheaper, but Fall Cashmere is like quintessential fall. Yes, it gives a little craft store pine cone, but I kind of love it. Like I kind of love it. There is something so warm and yummy. This one has a lot more sweetness to it. To me, it kind of smells like the perfumed and more approachable version of Leaves from Bath and Body Works. So kind of in that scent profile. It's so warm. It's so woody. There's almond in here. There's cinnamon in here. There's some ginger. So all that's adding some spice. There's some cloves. Like just such great scent notes that are going to evoke the feelings and smells of fall. I mean, even the back of this like says it all. I really think this is one of those perfumes that paints a picture for you. So I like this on its own. I feel like initially when I first started wearing this, I wouldn't wear it alone. I would always mix it with Vanilla Sky from them, but I like it on its own now. I like the spiciness, the sweetness is enough. There's some vanilla in here. If something like Lime Sands from them is their picture of summer, this is their picture of fall 100%. I'm gonna continue on with the Cozy Vanillas. This one I had kind of a love-hate relationship with for a while. The original Eilish from Billie Eilish. This is the first perfume she came out with. Can I get it off? Okay, first off, bottle is beautiful. All of these bottles actually I felt like looked so good together. They had this warmth to them, but this vanilla, I have to say, I'd love to know your thoughts on this now that it's been out a while. I know a lot of people loved it off the bat. For me, it's definitely on the sweeter side of vanilla. I don't get as much creaminess. I guess as it dries down, I get a little bit more of that, but the red berries that are in here and also just the literal sugar note, I mean, take this over the top. Red berries I find always give this almost an artificial sweetness, and I'm saying this as a perfume I do like, but I just want to describe it what I feel like is accurate to me. And we can like some artificially sweet things, and this definitely has that really high, almost like a sweet and low kind of sweetness to me anyway. But there are these spices to this perfume that I feel like kind of give it something a little bit different. And I think for a while it took me a little bit to like pick up on those spices, but they're for sure in here. And I feel like that's what gives it a little bit of that fall edge to me. There's a little bit of rose in here. I don't pick up on it too much, but I think it adds a little complexity to this. There's also cacao, vanilla, tonka bean, so some of those more sweet and like cozy kind of scents. And I get the cacao. It's not a chocolatey scent to me, but there is almost like this dusting of it throughout this fragrance. Definitely one to revisit this fall if you haven't. If you're looking for a more affordable vanilla, if you haven't smelled this, check it out. I also feel like Eilish 2 is also a good potential for fall, just to kind of add an extra one in here. This one is more unisex though. It's a totally different direction, but if you're looking for something more like woody and kind of like a pine tree, unisex, that type of thing, I would check out Eilish 2 as well. It's a good option. The most expensive perfume in here is right at that $100 mark. This is from Phlur. It's Somebody Would. It's $99. I think you could probably find this on a deal. It might actually be in one of the Sephora favorite sets at the moment, but Somebody Would is a beautiful, again, unisex, cozy, woody scent. I really quite like this one. It's more molecular in how it's done, as I feel like quite a few of the Phlur scents are. And so there's something about this. It smells like a boyfriend's t-shirt or something a little lived in, almost how like the commodity scents can be cozy, like commodity paper. There's something about this scent and that. It's almost as if commodity paper and something like Mason Margiela's Jazz Club came together. Like that's kind of what this scent gives. There are a few citrus touches in the top, which I feel like add a little brightness, but really, again, you're getting a lot of the saffron, so you have to like saffron for this one. And it took me a while to understand what saffron was to me, and it does smell different in different perfumes, but I get almost this watery spice that can take on some leathery touches. Sometimes it smells a little bit almost latexy, a little medical. It just kind of depends. And in here, I definitely get that watery, almost like a translucent leathery touch, which I think plays really nicely with the sandalwood that's in here too. So it's a really nice one. Definitely suggest checking it out if you want this like warm, cozy scent that really meshes, I feel like, with your body chemistry. If it works for you, it's going to really just like become one with your clothes, with your scent. And there's something kind of mysterious, kind of sexy about this one as well. Although it's cozy, it has more of a going out kind of vibe to it to me. So definitely one to check out, a little bit different from some of the other ones here. And I also feel like I get some good lasting power with that one. All right, last few. I have some body mists here, and I want to preface these by saying, one, they're kind of similar. So do you need both? That's up to you. But also they're for the right person. So just like, you know, as I describe these, know who you are. But I have some caramely body mist. I think these could be a really nice gourmand touch to fall. I like that they're body mist because they're easy to use, but it also makes them a little bit more affordable as well. So we have Phlur Caramel Skin. This one is a lot, you guys, okay? It's so much. If you want that rich, almost like burnt, not quite, but just really caramelized, like a deep brown caramel smell, you're gonna get that. This smells like caramel. I smell a lot of scents that have caramel notes to them, and I don't quite necessarily pick up on caramel. This one, it's caramel. Like it smells like caramel. It's so rich. I mean, I have smelled this on the wrong days, on too hot a day, and it can almost hurt my stomach. So I definitely feel like this needs the turning of the weather, a little bit of that cooler weather coming in for it to work, you know? But a few spritzes, not over spritzing. I think this one can definitely be cozy. It has a lot of warmth to it. And if you're into those foodie gourmands, it might be one to check out. The notes on this also are quite intense. So we're getting caramel, warm milk, vanilla bean, caramel cream, brown sugar, sandalwood musk. Like this one is intense, okay? So I give it to you with that warning, but again, if you're into the foodie scents, you might absolutely love this. I just say go slow, you know what I mean? Don't overspray, and with as much as you can, get your nose on it first, make sure it's gonna work for you. Now this Sol de Janeiro one, this one's very similar. This is Cheirosa 71. This has notes of caramelized vanilla and macadamia. And again, with this one, you're getting caramel, but this one to me, as much as the other one is so rich and deep, this one is more like a popcorn, caramel popcorn. There's a butteriness that comes off in this that I feel like Caramel Skin also has, that rich butteriness, but again, it's just deeper in that one. This one comes off a little more showery. Again, it smells more like popcorn, you know, buttered popcorn, caramel corn kind of scent. It's warm, it's yummy, and they actually made this into a body cream recently. I think it was limited edition. I'm assuming it's gonna come back out fully, but you know, in case you love this scent and you didn't catch that has released. If it's still available, I'll link it down below, but I think this is one of those fun scents that can transition from summer to fall because of those caramely undertones. I just think caramel does well, and also kind of mimics caramel apples and other kind of treats you might be eating at this time of year. So these are my two caramel body mists. I'm sure there are other body mists out there. I didn't mention any Bath and Body Works because I thought it would be fun to do a specific fall Bath and Body Works video. Let me know if you're interested in that. I just feel like Bath and Body Works really shines for fall and specifically kind of spring, summer. So yeah, I'll have to see what's even available because some things come back, some things don't. But anyway, these are the caramel body mists that I decided to put on here. Let me know what other body mists though you think would make a nice cozy fall scent, because body mists are definitely that more affordable route, but I will say you are losing longevity a lot of the time with body mists, so it's just something to consider. I know this video is all about affordability. I know I already gave that kind of intro, but I really do suggest if there's something out there you absolutely love that's at that higher price point, if it's possible, I think it's better to have fewer, nicer scents scents that you absolutely love, that are great quality, that really just evoke your spirit and your personality, your taste, than having a huge collection of a bunch of affordable stuff that maybe you don't love as much. I just want to throw that out for consideration. Okay, continuing, I wanted to talk about Ariana Grande Cloud 2.0. This one is kind of my fall cloud. So we have Cloud Original, Cloud 2.0, we even have Cloud Pink now, which is kind of the summery version. And I will argue, you know, they're kind of all similar. They are kind of similar. The differences are very small, but I feel like with Cloud 2.0, there is something just a little muskier, a little woodier in this fragrance that I do think makes it just that slighter bit more cozy in the fall time. I love wearing this kind of scent toward the end of the night when I'm getting out of the shower, when I'm just cuddling up, and I always reach for Cloud Intense or 2.0, whatever you want to call it, in the fall time. Like, I'll just switch over to this one instead of using regular Cloud. So I wanted to throw it in here in case you've kind of forgotten about it. I feel like, again, they're also similar to me, but since the pink ones come out, I was wearing that one more in the summer, and now I'm gonna bring this one out for fall. And I think it's just that ambroxan, it adds this kind of fuzziness to this fragrance. If you haven't smelled this before, it's super sweet, super cozy. I do think it's kind of cloud-like. There's some coconut touches in here, whipped cream, just yummy. Everyone compares it to Baccarat, but you know, I just feel like it's its own thing. I really do personally. There's just more gourmand, true foodie touches, I feel like, in Cloud that I can pick up on that I think are so yummy. But Cloud Intense, definitely the fall version of Cloud. The last two fragrances I have here, this one is an oldie, and I question putting it in here because I don't wear this as much as I did when I first got it, but I'm gonna mention it just in case. I'm trying to find the front here. Fancy from Jessica Simpson. I got this at Ross. I think this big old bottle is like 20 bucks. So I think it's a pretty dang affordable if you can get your hands on it. I will say with these older celebrity fragrances and just really older fragrances in general, it's hard to know how much they smell like the original. Like, just after so many years, I question, you know what I mean? How intact the formula really is. But this is a fruity but also caramely kind of scent, and there's this warmth about this fragrance. So if you're looking for something affordable that is sweet, a little fruity, I don't feel like overly fruity though, but I also feel like it's not overly gourmand. I don't want to sell you on some caramel like treat, you know what I mean? This has showery elements. It is a product of its time in a way, but I feel like it's one of the better celebrity scents from back in the day. What I really love about this is there's something a little bit spicy going on in here, at least to me, that I feel like, again, with the caramel and even those fruity touches, just kind of pushes it over to something that I think would make a nice fall scent. And there isn't anything specifically spicy in here, and it doesn't have like a cinnamon, but I'm telling you, there's this warmth from it. There's some almond, maybe it's that, I don't know. But I really love this on the dry down. I feel like that's where it really shines to me. I love that part the most. There's vanilla, amber, and sandalwood in the base, and I think that really starts coming out a bit more. So that's my favorite part of this fragrance. I will say I don't think this necessarily smells super expensive, but it is pleasant. I think it's super likable. It's one to check out. Again, if you're on a budget, you want to smell good though, you want to check some things out, I would give this one a shot, see if it's for you, because it's definitely one of the more affordable perfumes on this list. Okay, and last year I wanted to mention a perfume from Dime Beauty. Mostly I just wanted to mention in general that I feel like Dime Beauty has some really great affordable scents if you're looking for a house with different fragrances that are going to be delicious or smell just like, you know, nice, like just pleasant, trendy, and of the times now. I think Dime is the place to go. I want to say their fragrances retail for right around that $50 mark. I don't think they've gone up past that, but you can catch them on different deals, and also they're sold at Ulta. And the one I decided to put in here is the one I feel like is most geared toward fall. This is Lovely Sweet Dreams. This is a vanilla dominant fragrance, and there's some other notes. There's some fruitiness, peach, apple, coconut nectar, lots of florals in the mid, but then that base has vanilla bean, white woods, musk, and tonka bean. I'm reading you the notes, but really from this fragrance, I get just like almost a deeper and almost a boozy kind of vanilla scent, at least to me. Like, yes, I guess I get those fruity touches, but there's something, again, woody. I almost pick up on something boozy, maybe even slightly leathery, or again, saffrony coming from this, even though it's not listed in the notes. It has a little bit more body though. It has a little bit more depth and that warmth that I feel like is what I'm looking for in a cozy scent, you know? It's good, and I want to spray this against Silk Santal from Kayali actually really fast. Like it just came to my head when I was reading the notes, like the peach and different, I'm like, wait a minute. Okay, no, totally different. You know when you think something smells similar and then you get them close to each other and you're like, what the? No. No. Silk Santal is like lighter. I think it's a little sweeter. It's beautiful. I really love this. It is also back in stock. Hopefully by the time this gets up, it's already out of stock on Sephora. It like crashed the website. I was trying to get it like night of on Sephora. Literally the site's down, literally crashing. I was able to order off of the Huda Beauty Kayali website, but yeah, I'll leave this link down below if you want to get your hands on it. Lovely Sweet Dreams. It's almost like those fruit notes are like a fruit leather. You know what I mean? Like they've really been condensed down to something a little thicker to me. And I mean, you can even see it a little bit with my bottle. Like the juice has turned a little darker and I get that kind of, again, booziness from it. And I think it's a nice, cozy, sweet scent. Still very likable, easy to wear, as I feel like so many of the dime scents are. I love Dan Lebois from them, which kind of has a baccarat feel, but they've also duped some of the Ariana Grande fragrances, I feel like. So definitely a house worth checking out if you're looking for some affordable scents. But that's kind of everything for the affordable, cozy fall scents on my list. These are all scents that I recommend. I would love to have your recommendations down below though. Do you have any recommendations for affordable, cozy fall scents that are really gonna put you in the mood for the holidays, for the leaves changing, the weather turning, all of that? Let us know down below. I would love to find some of those gems because it can be tough to find truly good, affordable fragrances out there. But I hope this video was helpful, and other than that, I will see you in the next video. Bye guys.